Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all across the fruited plain and beyond, my name is Brandon, an artist formerly known as Rags to Riches. And you're here right now because you have nothing else better to do. Nah, just kidding. Guys, pretty excited here. We've got, as always, we try to do this once or twice a week. We get cool projects that are launching. We talk about them. The purpose of this is to get the information out to the people who are listening and watching. And this will allow you to make an educated decision about whether or not this is something that you like. Okay, so we just deliver the information. We get to talk to the founders, which is cool. Selfishly, that's why I like to do this quite a bit, to pick people's brains. I get to learn a lot too. You guys get to learn a lot. And we'll go ahead and bring these folks in. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Hart's Law, and this is the Hart's Law team. We'll go ahead and bring everybody up here. How is everybody doing this fine Friday, depending on where you are in the world?
Magnificent.
Fantastic. Thank you for having us.
We're doing great, Brandon.
Great. Thank you guys for hopping on here. We'll go ahead and kind of start with introductions here. And we'll start with Blockchain Trapper, and then you guys can go around.
Hey, so I'm the Blockchain Trapper, crypto OG. I've been in the game since late 2016. We've all OGs. We kind of met during the BitConnect days and rode all the waves, been in all the cycles. It's been an amazing ride with crypto. I've got a YouTube channel myself. We've been working together for the past 7 years and some change, doing some dope dApps. I help out with the marketing, help out with the ideas and putting things together. So yeah, that's me.
Great. Gasto, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Brandon, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
I'm Gasto. Like Bobby mentioned, been in the crypto DeFi game since 2017. We all met back in Trades Group back in the day. So, we've been through it all: BitConnect, P3D, BSC, Farm Wars, Tron, the whole gamut. So we've got a wealth of experience between us, a wealth of different talents between us. And we just basically kind of evolved in the game from users to now developers, and just kind of bringing that experience along with us into our dApps.
Okay.
And
Okay.
as far as my role, I'm just kind of like more of the project manager, kind of keeping, all these guys accountable with their responsibilities, as well as them keeping me accountable with mine. So it's a true team effort.
Man, I don't know how you deal with Nomad on a day-to-day basis, man. That dude's out of control, man.
It's a love-hate relationship. Nomad is my brother, man. I love this guy, man. He is one of the most caring and insightful people. But yes, he is a pain in my ass.
Nomad, the floor is yours, buddy.
What's up, man? What's up, Brandon? The same old story, bro. In the space, like 7 years, this guy is building stuff. Of course, you know me. I'm the UI guy in charge of brand design, UI and UX, just trying to make sure everything looks pretty and looks professional. That's basically it, bro.
Love it. And then Crypto Warrior, please go ahead.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. So as these guys mentioned, been in the game since early 2017. Been running with these guys ever since. And my role on the team is a variety of things, but I like to do a lot of the research and come and bring new ideas for Nomad, Gasto, and Trapper to make better.
Great. Awesome. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make it crystal clear to everybody in the stream here, and I'll go ahead and ask this question. Blockchain Trapper, how much money did you pay me for this stream?
Absolutely nothing.
Boom. Just to make sure everybody knows, guys, you're getting this information. It's unbiased. We're going to ask the good questions here. And we'll go from there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Brandon's stand-up guy, man. $0,000. That's how much you pay.
Zero. Absolutely. All right. So we'll pull up the dApp here, and then kind of the landing page, and kind of take a look at what's going on. So Hart's Law, guys. So first and foremost, and I'll let anybody take this. What inspired the creation of Hart's Law? And, what problem does it aim to solve?
Take it, Warrior.
So Hart's Law is really the what's in the name, right? What Richard Hart has been trying to teach us with Pulse Chain is the value and the beauty of liquidity bonding and what that means in a bull market. And so what we decided to do is take something that's a known good in PulseX farming and give users the ability to accelerate their gains and accumulate more, getting ready for not only the rest of this bull market, but also to create a positive printer in the bear. And so we decided to start with the highest paying LP pair on PulseX, which is Rapdi Pulse. And, you know, if I was a fortune teller, which I'm not, I would assume that there may be hints on the UI somewhere that would say there may be more versions or flavors of Hart's Law in the future.
Okay, awesome. So we got to break this down for the audience. So how exactly does this work? How do you envision users engaging with this platform on a daily basis?
Well, so in a nutshell, to expound on what Warrior said, we wanted it to be clear, simple, and easy DeFi product that anybody could get into. You could get your auntie into, because we've all came up from the days of all the rug farms, the BSC wars, 50,000 APRs that don't last overnight, and so we really wanted to focus on some real, true DeFi that would be around for the long term, that you could really, you know, the average person that works a job could actually invest weekly, monthly, whatever, into a protocol and go to sleep and wake up and their money's still there. And it's gradually gaining more value over time, because through my experience, and I'm pretty sure, Brandon, through your experience in crypto, you've learned that crypto rewards the holders and their wealth is built through accumulation over time. And so, being a YouTuber myself, I was, you know, in all the ROI dApps and all that, but we want to be able to instill good habits into the new people that are onboarded into DeFi, preferably through the Pulse Chain network, because we feel that Pulse Chain is going to do big things because it has a huge figurehead behind it that's serious about moving it forward. So we really wanted to kind of build a platform and a protocol that could onboard the average person into crypto in the DeFi space, into something safe, secure, and reliable, that's been double audited. All the T's have been crossed, all the I's have been dotted. It's nothing that's too unfathomable with million APRs. It's something realistic, crypto DeFi that's really changing the way that people invest and save their money.
Great, awesome. All right, let's take a look at here. We'll go here. Okay, cool. All right, Hart's Law protocol stats. This is the dApp here. What do people do? They come here. What do they do?
Brandon, we can't see the screen. Just FYI.
Got it. There you go.
Yeah, perfect. So just to run through it from top to bottom. When you come to the site, you see the tools at the top. You can click that drop down, and you have our Zapper there. If you click on the Zapper, you can see we have basically all of the core Pulse Chain tokens available in that drop down. So you can select whichever one you want to zap directly into DAI Pulse. We basically made an easy button here, Brandon, so people don't have to fuss with PulseX, you know, adding the proper amounts of liquidity on each side, you know, all the approvals and blah, blah, blah. So this is basically just an easy button for people to turn a single asset into DAI Pulse LP.
Okay, so let's back up here, because there's a lot of my audience that might not understand what this is.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you come to the Zapper. You're making it very, very simple for people to be able to take any asset, you know, Pulse, PulseX, Inc., WETH, Hex, etc., DAI, USDC. You press the Zapper, and essentially what the Zapper is going to do is create equal sides of DAI and PLS, correct?
Correct.
And then they're going to take those equal sides and it's going to be put directly in the DAI WPLS farm, correct?
No, not the farm. It's going to create
the liquidity
DAI
pool.
Correct.
Yeah.
Specifically the DAI Pulse V1. Correct. It's the same one on PulseX. Yep.
So it goes into the liquidity pool, and then once you use a V2 and it goes into the liquidity pool, you're going to receive these LP tokens, right?
V1. This is V1. Sorry.
Okay.
V1.
Yeah. Okay. And one H law is equal to one DAI PLS LP token. So once
Correct.
those LP tokens are created, these people are issued an H law that represents that LP token, correct?
Correct. 1-to-1. It will always be 1-to-1.
Okay.
It's kind of like it's a wrapped LP token. That's what HLAW is.
Okay. Now, all right. So this is going to be important to know. People are going to ask, how does this work in terms of custody? Who has control of these LP tokens? What's all that look like?
So the contracts are 100% zero custody. What I mean by that is when you hold an HLAW token in your wallet, you are in custody of that. Now, when you go to stake it, you're staking that HLAW into the contract, but you have the ability to unstake at all times and sell. So we wanted to maintain and break the ROI model that seems to be popular out there and give the users full custody of their tokens at all times.
Okay. So this is interesting because not only do you have access to the price appreciation of HLAW, but also at any time you can pull your LP, and you technically have also access to both sides that you put in at any given time, correct?
That's
Correct.
correct. So when you think of it as a wrapped LP token, when you buy it, you're wrapping your token into an HLAW. And then when you sell HLAW, you're just unwrapping that LP token back into, to your point, the 50% of each of those assets.
Okay, great. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so we've got protocol stats. We've got protocol yield. We're looking at the Zapper right now. So Zapper is that's step one in all of this, correct?
Correct.
All right. And then protocol yield, let's talk about protocol stats first, actually. So you have 123 current users. There's a balance of 18.061 million HLAW, which also means that there's a balance of 18.061 LP tokens as well, correct?
Correct. 1-to-1.
Uh-oh. I hear an echo here. Let's see here. Test, test, test. Oh, hold on. I see what's wrong. It's on my phone, guys. That was weird. Sorry about that. All right, derailed it here. All right, so balance 18.061 million. HLAW means 18.061 LP tokens. Great. Reward pool. Okay, so what is the reward pool? What does that mean to me?
The reward pool is one of the ways you earn HLAW once you're staked. This reward pool drips up to 1% of its balance daily to all HLAW stakers in proportion to the amount they're staked, in the protocol. So just for an example, you stake your HLAW. Once you're staked, you begin immediately daily earning your share of up to 1% of that balance that's dripped out. So that's just a representation of the daily drip pool, basically, for HLAW.
Okay, and the drip pool is funded in such a way that every time someone buys and sells HLAW or claims their Ink rewards, a 10% of fee is applied to the transaction. Of this fee, 4% goes directly to the reward pool, correct?
Correct, yes.
And like you said, the reward pool distributes up to 1% of its total balance daily exclusively to HLAW stakers, right?
Correct.
Great. Okay. So we understand balance now. We understand the reward pool. We've got total users. Maybe explain to me what boost rewards means.
Boost rewards are kind of a thank you from us to the community. This is a reward pool that randomly will fund, and it's timer based. So, adds a little incentive there to beef up your stake percentage, because once that timer hits 0, whatever is in that reward pool, that balance of HLAW, will be instantly sent to stakers' wallets.
Okay, we're using a fancy word here called rehypothecation, and many people don't understand kind of what that is, but that plays very strongly into the reward boost here. So let's talk about what is rehypothecation.
Rehypothecation is an external source of income, and where that income comes from on HLAW is PulseX farming. So every HLAW token, when it gets created, i.e., when somebody takes their LP and wraps it into HLAW, that is automatically put onto PulseX and staked, and it starts earning ink. So the ability to take something within a protocol and stake it on RH's PulseX farm is a good example of what rehypothecation is. And shouts out to Nomad. This was really his brainchild that he's been waving the rehypothecation banner, I think, since Forex may have invented that term, 3-4 years ago.
Great. Okay. Okay. So the boost rewards are funded from the profits. So essentially incentive token. These profits are collected over time, allocated to the boost rewards program randomly. The timer's set. Only you guys know when that comes due. What's the breakdown in terms of the rewards that are being earned from the PulseX farm profits? So yeah, what's the breakdown with that?
Right. So as far as the protocol itself, Brandon, the protocol has a stake in itself. In other words, the protocol is staked in HLAW itself and earning ink for the protocol. So basically, what is it? 50% of the ink goes back to the community. And that's split between the reward pool, the prize pool, and the protocol stake in in itself. So in essence, I think the numbers between 50 and 62% of all fees and 50% of rehypothecation in ink is going back to the reward pool and the prize pool.
Okay, so 50
and to the users in instant rewards. So if you go to the fee breakdown in the white paper, it's all there, broken down as far as the exact percentages for each. But that's the general overview.
Okay, so
one thing.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brandon. One thing just to add to that real quick is when we were engineering this, we wanted to make sure that we're breaking paradigms of the dApps that have been out there. And most notably with this, the majority of all profits that the protocol makes benefit the users in one way or another, whether it's through, the reward pool, instant rewards, or boost rewards. We wanted to make sure that the majority of protocol yield goes back to the community and the users.
Right. And Brandon, if real quick, if you could flip back to the UI just to kind of give you a 1,000-foot overview of what this all means for the actual user.
Yep.
So like you said, the fancy word rehypothecation plays a major part in the user's reward. So just to kind of backtrack a little bit, just to kind of clarify, the moment that you actually enter into the protocol is when you actually convert your DAI-Pulse LP or buy the HLAW token.
Mm-hmm.
So the moment you buy the HLAW token, that's basically buying DAI-Pulse LP and staking it, and it's automatically rehypothecating.
Mm-hmm.
So in long story short, every HLAW token that you own or holding is already rehypothecating automatically before you stake it. So to explain that further, if you scroll up to the reward pool.
Yep.
So there, all those HLAW that are in the reward pool and all the HLAW that is in the prize pool is rehypothecating in itself. So theoretically, auto compounding in those particular pools, growing exponentially over time without user interaction. So, and then when you couple that with the actual fees that you're about to go through, when you show the free breakdown to the viewers, all those fees that you're going to discuss are going into these pools that are actually DCAing inside as it's auto compounding. So long story short, the system itself grows exponentially by itself over time with or without user interaction, and the user interaction from the fees only multiplies it.
Yeah. What percentage is auto compounded of the ink rewards?
So if you look at right there where you see,
yep,
and it says it's going back into whatever goes back into the reward pool, and if you do it on ink claims.
All All right, I don't see it here. I don't see where it says what percentage is rolled back in. So
Go to fees.
fees, yep.
Sorry. Right. So we break it down here for each fee. So we can start at the top if you like.
Yep.
So when you buy, there's a 10% fee.
Yep.
5% of that immediately goes back to the users. 4% to the reward pool, and 1% instant rewards. Instant rewards means if you're staked, it goes right to your wallet.
Okay.
All right. So that's kind of a immediate gratification thing there.
Got it.
Just to expand on that real quick.
Mhm.
So you get paid out whatever that 1% is of the new buy, proportionate to the amount you have staked versus the total HLOS stake. So
Okay.
it pays it out to all users that are staked proportionate to your percentage of what you have in the staking pool.
In the pool. So okay. So it just follows. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yep. And then the 2% of the protocol, that's being staked
Mhm.
and in the protocol itself. So the protocol is earning ink, which it then, as Bobby Blockchain Trapper said, goes back into those pools. And then if there is a referral, it goes to that referrer. You see that 1% there. So that was an incentive for our influencers to kind of push HLAW, because they will be locked in for life to that wallet. Once someone buys with your referral link, that wallet is locked. It's not cookie based or anything like that. So that was a big thing that we wanted to make sure we did for you guys.
Awesome.
The selfie, again, 5% broken down the same way. 4 to the reward pool, 1 to instant rewards, 4 to the protocol, again, feeding on itself, and 1% to that prize pool, which we'll get into. The ink claim fee, again, 10%. Here, there's a little conversion that happens. The contract automatically swaps that 4% into HLAW and then throws it into the reward pool, then swaps that 1% ink and distributes that instant rewards, 4% to the protocol, 1% to the prize pool.
Great. Okay. That makes complete sense now. Perfect. Let's talk about the referral. Okay. If that's okay with you guys.
Sure.
So how does this part actually work here?
So the referral is participation based, Brandon. I'm sure you've seen protocols where the referral system was taken advantage of by people that are not even invested in the protocol, right? They just shoot their link out, spam, and then they're able to accumulate a bunch of tokens and dump. Well, we wanted to make sure that our influencers are not only pushing our protocol, but our users themselves. So there's a minimum stake of 5,000 HLAW that needs to be staked. That's roughly $100. We're trying to keep it around that dollar value. So once you have 5,000 HLAW staked, your referral link is activated and you can copy it and share. Okay. And at that point, like I mentioned, anyone that uses it, you will get 1% of their buy fee in perpetuity.
Great. Awesome. Okay, so why would you use this? Referral links earn rewards perpetually. This model is ideal for influencers and their communities. Referrals help grow the HLAW ecosystem, and 5,000 HLAW tokens. So HLAW, is it actually traded on is it publicly traded right now?
No.
No, it's not. Yeah. Our chart is literally the DAI Pulse V1 chart.
Yeah.
That's our chart. You know, your exposure to HLAW is the same exposure you would have to DAI Pulse if you were just on, the regular PulseX farm. And that's the beauty of it, Brandon, right?
Yep.
Is your exposure is really only to Pulse, because DAI is a stable token. So you're set with the sword and shield there, kind of a strap there.
Awesome. Yeah. I don't think there's any, I don't know of anybody else that's doing what you guys are doing. Do you guys?
I don't think so, Brandon. Yeah. This is a brainchild of between Nomad. Again, he was pushing us on rehypothecation, and he really made us push the envelope as far as tokenomics. And I think we've built something here that's very unique in that, again, we have no chart. There's no liquidity to dump. There's no worrying, is the price going to dump 99% when I wake up, right? It's DAI Pulse, literally.
Yeah. Let's just double click on that for a second and highlight some key advantages of this paradigm, Brandon, because I think it's important, especially for, new users to understand. Typically, when you get into DeFi protocols, there is an inherent amount of risk because there's what we've coined as a team and others have said that the trust me bro token. Let me use normal terms in DeFi. There's a reward token that has liquidity that really it determines how much and how quickly you can ROI. Because if the reward token starts dropping, and we'll use a good example on yield farms that pay very high percentages are a victim of inflation from emissions. Said simply, the reward token dumps faster than you can ROI. We didn't like that. And we also wanted to engineer something where people can take profit without harming the protocol. And really that's the crux of what this gives users is you can sell HLAW or you can sell your ink rewards. And when you do that, it does not harm the protocol at all. And as a matter of fact, when you unwrap HLAW, it actually helps the protocol and those that are in it because of the fees. So I just wanted to highlight that quickly because it is unique to HLAW. I don't know that I've seen another protocol out there that has that built in.
Yeah. What's interesting about this is this isn't really, it's not a farm per se. But what you're doing is you're enabling a community to come together and bootstrap and take over a PulseX farm. That's kind of what you're doing. Because the more economic energy that goes into this, the bigger percentage of that farm that you're actually going to own, which is going to pay out larger, more substantial portions of yield to the holders of HLAW. And then the protocol benefits incredibly.
Correct.
Am I correct in saying that?
Yes.
100%.
And actually, Nomad's highlighted, think of this as community staking, where if a whale comes in, he's actually helping the smaller bags accumulate faster.
Yep.
Right. So it benefits everybody. No matter whether you have a big bag or a small bag, this sense of community staking together where all of our stakes benefit each other for the better of the protocol rather. You hit the nail right on the head, Brandon.
Yeah, that's really interesting. There's a lot of marketing that can be done around that too. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, and just to compound on that, for everyone out there maybe new to farming, number one, we will always pay more than PulseX farming. Always. That's just mathematically a fact.
Well, that's right? Because of the tax on top, correct?
Correct.
On top of the yield.
Correct. But our platform, you're able to take profit with ink while simultaneously building your LP back, which I think is incredible. Go ahead, Boyd.
Yeah, the other thing I was going to add to that is really it's the taxes coupled with the reward pool. So if you go and look at the PulseX farms and what they're paying out, you're always going to get more with HLAW because you're going to have a reward pool that's dripping daily. And ideally, it's growing daily because it's compounding on itself. And then if we get new users coming in, it's going to grow even faster.
Yeah, so let's check this out here. Let's share the PulseX tab. All right, so currently the DAI from Ethereum PLS is paying out 61%, USDT 67.85. So folks, what they're doing here is they're giving people the technology and the tool to be able to pool together their economic energy and gobble up the yield in one of these pools or all of these pools. That's essentially what's happening. And then there's other self-perpetuating mechanisms within this contract, such as the taxes, the transfer fees, etc., that also feed this whole thing, and then ultimately help gather more of the pool here. So
one point there, Brandon.
Yes,
sorry
please.
To cut you off. I just want to point out there is no transfer tax fee. You can hook up your mom with a HLAW wallet, no tax. You could send it to a new wallet. You can move your HLAW around as you please, no tax. I just wanted to point that out. Sorry.
Thank you. I thought I saw that in the white paper. Maybe I'm sorry about that, guys.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I
thank you
just
for
want to,
correcting me.
yeah, for sure. Mhm.
Okay. Okay, cool. So the idea here is, as potentially these farms actually grow and more pairs are added, you guys aren't going to confirm nor deny this. There could be more that's added to H Law as well. Am I correct in saying that?
Oh, that could be, yeah. If you go
Yeah.
to the dot and see that drop down, I don't know what the dev is thinking, but yeah, it looks kind of interesting.
I love it. Okay. So
You
we've
may not be able
got
to see it if your
Yeah,
screen
let me
browser is
share
cut
this.
off. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
right here.
And here's the beauty of that too. If let's say there's users that want to see how this first one plays out in the future, there may be an opportunity to get in early on some of these other flavors of HLAW if they were to be released in the wild. And again, the earlier you get in this type of protocol, the better, because you're going to benefit from instant rewards of everybody getting in after you,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially for the smaller bags.
Absolutely. And speaking of onboarding people that are new to crypto, if you look under the tools, we made it super easy with a Change Now bridge already integrated, so they can just use whatever they already have in their Coinbase wallet or crypto.com wallet to get directly to Pulse Chain.
Yeah. And guys, I'm a huge proponent of Change Now. I love that protocol or whatever you call it. Yeah. Service. Well, guys, I think I like to keep things short and sweet, man. And what else would you guys like to talk about here?
Let's go over the prize pool. I think that's
Okay.
something that people are definitely interested in there. So we went over the fees and how the prize pool is funded. Let's go over how it works. So basically, you see the prize pool there accumulating HLAW with the dollar value underneath. So right now it's inactive. If you see the prize pool leaderboard there on the bottom left, you see it's kind of grayed out. But it is showing actively buys coming in. So it's kind of like a little transacting counter at the moment. But once it is active, if you scroll back up, you'll see to the right there, there's a round and a minimum deposit or minimum buy. So once you meet that minimum, which I believe we're going to set at 2,000 HLAW to begin with.
It's not set yet, though.
No, it's not. It's not live yet. We're letting the prize pool build up a bit.
Okay.
But once it is live, every buy that meets that minimum deposit will enter that wallet into the prize pool leaderboard. You can see that list 1 through 10 there. The prize pool is set on a timer. The max is going to be 3 days, 72 hours. And every qualified buy adds 15 minutes to the timer. So it's a little kind of quote unquote FOMO game within the DApp, just to kind of incentivize user activity. But again, when that prize pool hits 0, whoever's on this leaderboard at that time will split evenly 20% of that prize pool. So that will instantly be sent to the top 10 people's wallets, and then the 80% left over will roll over to that next round.
Perfect.
And then we'll start it all over again. So again, it's just a kind of a cool, fun way to kind of incentivize activity. Again, it's a win-win for everyone, because even you're basically getting entered on the leaderboard for just interacting. It's nothing extra you have to do. You just have to meet the minimum, right? So it's just, again, kind of a built-in way to kind of incentivize people, and it builds the prize pool and that reward pool exponentially, right? Because people are going to be battling for those 10 spots.
Yep. And just to clarify, just in case it's not clear, it's not about the amount of buy. It's just the most recent, the 10 most recent. So even the small fish can get in as long as they meet the minimum of 2,000 HLAW, which is very small.
Yeah. So is the ranking? What's the ranking even? What's that mean?
The rank is just it doesn't matter if you're 1 or 10. You could be number 10 and have deposited the least amount, and you're still going to get an equal share of that 20%.
Yep.
It's the most recent 10 purchases over the minimum, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Perfect. Great. All right. Talk to me about audits. How safe is HLAW?
We completed a double audit with Solid Proof and OX Guard.
Okay.
Those are live, and you can peruse those and dig into those as you like.
Okay.
Again, we go with a double audit because we just want to make sure everything is up to par. Our devs are amazing, as you well know, Brandon,
Yes.
but we always, double check, triple check, measure 1,000 times, cut once, right? So that was our approach, and we didn't have a pre-sale. This is all self-funded, so we want to make sure again that the platform is not only safe for our users but safe for us, right? It's our DApp as well.
Absolutely. And also, Brandon, I need to get a chance to actually go to the homepage. We do have a beautiful looking homepage courtesy of Nomad that has a brief summary of most of the stuff that's in the white paper, so you can glance through. But if you scroll to the bottom under the audit section, it has the links to the audits there, so you can click them and view those directly on the auditor's GitHub.
All right, let me pull that up here.
Just click the logo.
Share there. Okay, so what do you want me to do here?
Go to the homepage.
Yep.
And then if you scroll down to the logos of the auditors, but just, users can always go to the homepage and just get a quick overview of a lot of the stuff that's in the white paper if they don't want to read all that. But specifically for you, you can see the links to the audits from the auditors to go directly to their GitHub.
Great. Perfect. Okay. Great, guys. I try not to give my endorsement, so to speak. And actually, was I even showing that? Let me make sure that I show that to people here. So what he was talking about was audits and security. You can click right here, check it out. Check out the team here as well. Lots of information on this landing page here. It's good homepage. But yeah, I don't necessarily like to give out an endorsement of projects that I'm talking to. But guys, if you're in the audience right now, I'm just going to tell you this is there's only 123 users in here. This is at the very beginning, and the rehypothecation is a major deal. So I would suggest you join their Telegram, ask them more questions, and you might want to take this protocol seriously. So that's kind of what I'm telling people now. Guys, do you have anything further that you would like to add and talk about here with my audience?
I don't recommend any strategies, but if I would give you a tip, it would be to get in early and stay in longer, as Richard Hart would say.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
No, I just want to take this time, Brennan, to thank you again for giving us your platform and sharing with your community. It means a lot to us. And we look forward to, coming back and maybe doing a check-in later when things are really, really pumping.
Yeah, I'll charge you for that, man. At least 50,000 HLAW. I'll be sorry, guys. It's steep. All right, guys. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in here. And until next time, take it easy.